Hello guys, and welcome to another video, and wow, that Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase was actually amazing. It was actually really good. And I wasn't really expecting it because of like the name with Partner Showcase and everything. You'd expect like the most lackluster third-party titles, like generic titles that you'd kind of expect, like what happened in 2020, just like titles that really didn't interest a lot of people. But this one really had something for everyone. It's just like there's like a ton of diversity from the games they've shown, like a lot of different companies and a lot of things that people are interested in. And I'm sure that like if you're watching this, that there's something at least interests you a little bit, if not interests you a lot. Because there's like a couple games here that I am definitely planning on picking up. And that usually isn't the case for these partner showcases. Like back in 2020, they were just really stale, and they really felt lacking in a lot of the games, probably due to being during the pandemic. But I really feel like this should have just been called a Nintendo Direct Mini, rather than a partner showcase, even though partner showcase is technically correct. I think they just should have called it a mini, just because like even though they're all like third-party developed titles, I feel like there's a lot of them that still interest a lot of Nintendo fans, and I'll kind of get into that. And then there was also a couple that actually got leaked before, one of which was Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which I'll get into in a little bit. But basically, I'm gonna go through a lot of these, not all of them, but more of the bigger ones and the ones that really interested me. Not all of the big ones interested me, but I did want to go into a few of those since I do know about a few of them. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first announcement was for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and I'm glad they're kind of showing more information about that. Like I'm glad that that's like a big expansion and everything, and that's kind of expected that they showed that and everything. I know that Monster Hunter Rise is pretty popular, and it's good that they're keeping up with that game and everything and supporting the fans and everything. And the next one is Nier Automata, and I heard that game was, or that series in general, is fairly popular. Like I see a lot of people talk about it online, so I'm glad that that game is coming to the Switch. I'm not sure if there were any others that came to the Switch. I think I heard of like another one like that came a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if that was one on Switch exactly, but glad that's coming to Switch. I'm happy for the fans and people have been wanting to play that. And then the next one was Super Bomberman R2, which looked pretty good. I've played a little bit of the first game. I think that released around the time the Switch launched, and it's nice that that's getting a sequel because a lot of people like that game also. And one really interesting one, even though it doesn't really interest me specifically, but I'm really happy for the fans, the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. And I heard those games usually don't get re-released often, like with the Mega Man Battle Network games. That's really cool. It's just like one huge collection with a bunch of games included. So I'm really happy for the fans that they can finally play those games, or games again, and more people could actually check it out now since they're including so many on there. And the next one really excited me. The next one here is something that I've been wanting for a while, because I've been getting into it over the past 2 years. And that is Pac-Man World Re-Pac, which is a remake of the original Pac-Man world. And this looks amazing. I am so glad that they're finally bringing back Pac-Man World. You can tell I'm really excited about this, but I actually only played 2, but I really like 2. Pac-Man World 2 is amazing and definitely one of my favorite 3D platformers of all time. And I finally have a chance to play the original. I know I could play it on an emulator, but this looks just really good. And one like criticism that I do have with it, which is really not that big of an issue because I feel like it's kind of unavoidable at this point, is the character retcons. Like they replaced Miss Pac-Man with Pac-Mom and then a few of the other characters. But honestly, I don't really care about that as much lately, because this is actually a full-on remake, and it looks really good. And aside from the characters, it looks really faithful to the original, and just graphically, it looks nice. There's like, it just looks really good. And this is what everyone has been wanting out of the Pac-Man franchise. This, like, Pac-Man Museum Plus was really good, but that was just the start. This is just full-on just bringing Pac-Man back into the spotlight, and it's amazing. I'm glad that they're doing this, and Pac-Man World games are really fun. And I'm glad that I'm going to be able to play this one, since Pac-Man World 2 is amazing. And this is just the start. Like, I mean, they could remake Pac-Man World 2, maybe even remake 3. I know 3 has some problems, but they could even kind of fix a lot of its flaws. Like, because this remake here is kind of redoing a lot of things, but it looks really good. Like, it's definitely making it like more modern and having more quality of life updates for the original Pac-Man world. So that would be nice to see that for the other 2 games. And it's only $30, which is definitely worth it, due to it being like having a decent amount of content there. So that would definitely be like worth checking out when it comes out, so far from what I've seen. And if they remake the other 2 games and have it for a similar price, that would be great. And even this could even mean like Pac-Man World 4 being a thing in the future if this is successful. And I know just a lot of people are excited about this, so I'm just definitely looking forward to Pac-Man World Repack. I didn't even think this was possible. I didn't think Bandai Namco would care about Pac-Man that much to actually make this. But I did kind of have a feeling that with Pac-Man Museum Plus, they'd start to care about Pac-Man a little more. And since a lot of people are talking about Pac-Man either due to Pac-Man Museum Plus or all of the Ghostly Adventures memes that have been happening lately, just, it's good to see Pac-Man back. So yeah, the Pac is back, and I'm really excited about this. And it's not too far off. It's coming out in August, which is actually like only 2 months away. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm definitely picking this up day one. So the next one, there's a couple others that I really wasn't interested in, but the next one that I was really interested in, almost as much as Pac-Man World Repack, or maybe even just as excited, is Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. This game also looks amazing. It's just like, there's been so many bangers in this partner showcase, it doesn't seem real. So I just wanted to go through some of my thoughts on this game from what we've seen in the trailer and everything. I know I touched on it a little bit with the leak and everything, but I wanted to kind of dive in a little farther with some of the gameplay mechanics specifically. I really like the new battle system. Like, the one in the first game was pretty good, but I feel like it was more grid-based, and it had more limitations, and like, I feel like a lot of the movement and a lot of the things you can do in that game were pretty limited, and also the scope of the game too was kind of limited since you just walked into like different battle areas. It was good. It was really good. I really liked the original game, but this one is definitely taking it a step farther. Like, they're actually having like overworlds and everything, kind of like Paper Mario or Mario and Luigi, and actually having like the battles on a separate map. So and also like the leveling up system too. It definitely seems like an actual Mario RPG rather than technically a Mario RPG. It actually seems like it's filling in the gap as one of the Mario RPG games. And it would be really nice to see Paper Mario return to the older formula. I really want that, like, just as much as like some of my games like Pac-Man World 4, some games like that. Like, I really want to see like the return of like Mario and Luigi, also games like that. But it's great to see that they're adding more RPG mechanics in here to kind of fill the gap a little bit for a Mario RPG, and it just looks really good. And the thing, I know I haven't heard this that much lately, not as much as like 2017, like around the time the original game came out, but I really don't mind the Rabbids. I think the Rabbids are fine in the Mario plus Rabbids games. I know they can be annoying, like in the TV show that they had and some of the other Rabbids games, but in Mario plus Rabbids, they really make them into actual characters rather than these minion-likes. So I'm kind of glad that they're actually kind of adapting the minions more to fit in the Mario universe. So I think it's pretty cool how they're handling that game overall. And Bowser is playable like Malik said yesterday, and just everything about that looks good. And I'm really excited about the showcase that they're gonna do too, and I'm really excited about that. So next up, the next thing that I was kind of interested in is Sonic Frontiers, and I feel like they showed it off in a better way that Sega or IGN did. I feel like they showed it off a lot better here. I do have a few problems about the game and everything, but it is looking to be pretty good. It's definitely looking better than it did during that first IGN showcase. And they did show off those, bonus levels, or I forgot what those were called, like cyberspace levels or something like that. Those look pretty cool. It's great to see, just regular levels kind of mixed in with the more open areas. I think it kind of gives a little variety there. And the only thing I had a problem with that was just the green hill. Again, it's just that's so overused, but it's not the main beginning area, so it's not as bad as other games it was used in. So, and it does look a little different since it's more of some computer kind of futuristic algorithm thing, kind of creating it with the road level. And then I think these are they're kind of different than what we've seen in other Sonic games. So I think that looks pretty good so far. I haven't played too many 3D Sonic games, so I can't really go into it too much, but I think it looks pretty good, but I am a little concerned. So I know they went over some other games that we already know about, like Live Alive, Minecraft Legends, and different things like that. And then they also showed Portal, that actually shadow dropped, which is really nice, and I might check that out at some point, because I have played other games by Valve before, I've played Half-Life, Gary's Mod, different things like that, and I think Portal looks pretty good now that it's on the Switch. I think that's really nice, because it's perfect for the Switch. Games like that, I feel work really well and everything. And I haven't really seen too much, but it seems to run well on the Switch, from what I've heard. But I really hope they bring over more Valve games over to the Switch, possibly the Half-Life games. If they do a Half-Life collection, that would be amazing. I would definitely pick that up, because I've played all of the games, and that would be really nice to see. And finally, the final announcement for the Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase of June 2022 was Persona. The same games that they're also releasing on Xbox, with Persona 5 Royal, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 3 Portable. And it's finally happening. I might check it out at some point, even though I'm not really big into the Persona games. I think it's really nice that they're finally bringing them to the Switch. And it's been a while. There was someone called King Goomba on Twitter who kept posting about it under every I think a lot of Nintendo and Atlas related things for the past 3 years, I think. So I guess his wish is finally fulfilled. And it's great to see them on there now, because they're really popular games, and they're really actually perfect for the Switch, since it's the Switch is portable and everything, and you can kind of play these games everywhere. And I mean, you could say that about all of the games here, but it's just great to see the Persona games on a more accessible console. I'm glad that they're actually releasing on other consoles rather than just PlayStation in general. And it's really nice to see them here, because people have been wanting them for a while. I've even wanted them, even though I haven't been interested in the games before, because I've been wanting to check them out. That's really nice that they're finally coming to the Switch and everything, so I might check out Persona 5 Royal along with the other two. And that's a really great way of ending it, because I know those games were pretty popular. So anyways, that was a really good partner showcase. There are a lot of great things revealed there, especially Pac-Man World Repack. I did not expect that. That was absolutely amazing. That was just the highlight for me, definitely. Along with Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, I'm also really excited about that game too. Just Pac-Man World shocked me. I'm glad that game didn't leak before, because that was just like a really interesting announcement there. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.